is not moving. Where is that sound coming from? So I've got construction here, as you can see, at the back, but they've stopped that construction, so then I've got construction down next door here, which is so loud that it's coming all the way through. And so I've got two lots of construction at the back of here, which is where I'm living. So I'm just going to walk along here because that's the back of where I'm living, right at the back here, past that fence there. Then, when I go inside, we've got this dreadful loud noise coming from the place opposite, just in front of it. So I have like two lots of noise coming into the place, but I don't think the mobile can hear it because my phone is coming in. So number three, number three, city of Sydney in the country of Australia. See how loud that is? Where's it coming from? Where's that noise coming from? It's not coming from the top left because all those working, even though they're like 3 separate constructions, they're all actually around community and in the city council collaborative army workforce. So that noise must be coming. Where's that noise coming from? Is it coming from over there? Or is it coming from down the back there? Because when I go around the back of the place, it's just as loud as if it's out the front. So that means there's noise coming here. See how they've all got headphones on their ears, whereas I'm like, I think that's very that was all, you know, looked presented. I just dig it up again. And I bring the range and all those options and somewhere but that construction should be completely finished. So that's like 3 lots of construction on one day, just around. See all those workforce and see those patrollers that once again walk along the middle of the road. They're all private, so all those ones here. No bother picking up. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Right in front of this is a small bedded street. That fella has just been walking up and down over the last hour because every time I open this door to check the sound, that same fella is just walking up and down this small bedded street. Just like the cars going up and down, pulling around in front of you, swirl around, do ridiculous car moves in front of you on the streets and stuff like that. They do that on the street, or like in the middle of the main street, and even on the roads, the busy roads, because they're programmed, they know they can't hit one another. And they do have a lizard reptile mind, which means that they don't have any humanity psychopathy. They operate in psychopathy, not humanity. That's the strong rule. So I'm not sure whether it's good. It's a little bit, when you go close, it is actually a little bit off. But I don't know that I want to even film it, really. I don't. Oh, look how fast he's moving getting away. So they're very quick, cunning, and they use their intelligence to outsmart human beings. but mostly they use humanity against them because even some clever human beings, intelligent ones, they still tend to think that they're doing actually but I just have to track it down because as they're tracking me, I'm also tracking, not always, most of the time I don't track where the sound comes from, but as I'm, recording this, I thought I will track that sound down. But that's just one little mechanical device making all that noise that's coming into the place, as you can hear. And when I close the door, it will still be coming right in that sound because it's frequency vibration, you see, and sound travels, and frequency vibration travels through houses. And don't forget, everything in this city is designed and set up and set out. Everything is, designed for future events, you could say, because they anticipate everything, because that's how they live their program of life. It's all about controlling power and keeping power. So it's all about keeping control and keeping power. So it's essentially so we have all the bins lined up like almost like a barricade in front of you. Everything is like psychological, what they call psychological human warfare, you could say, because like it's not just physical, it's also they hit me with the psychological kind, which only I understand because it's personal. So it's human psychology. I used to consider the same couple that walked past me and now they've doubled back on me. See, they're total patrollers, they're not even hiding. See, those same two, the same fellow walked up and down on the other side, and the same two, that girl and guy, walked down to the end of a dead-end street, then walked back down the dead-end street. Is that logical, that people would walk up and down the same street? That's because they actually want your attention and they want your negative energy, and they don't care if you see them or know what they're doing. In fact, they want you to know because you wouldn't notice them otherwise. If they weren't patrollers and weren't psychopathic stalkers, you wouldn't notice them. You wouldn't care about them, even if you did see them more than once. Because if you assumed they were still just getting about their own business, you'd just say that's random, that's coincidence. But when they patrol, that's not random. That's where they're, all these terminologies that we hear about now that are becoming commonplace, they're just telling you of the nature of the beast, as they say. And the beast is a machine being. And the beast is artificial intelligence in human form. And the beast is, a psychopathic machine being. So, and that is Lucifer's matrix. Because you have artificial beings creating artificial life and creating a psychopathic mindset in many human beings so that they control humanity and keep it at an inhuman mindset and inhuman frequency, vibration and energy. That's the whole point, and that's the only way they can control humanity too, because they need to take the humans forward and the destroy their own in order to avoid extinction, but they also use that to control and keep the human being at their frequency, at their low level, their low psychopathy mindset, which is low frequency vibration. See, one is a technical, artificial frequency vibration, and mechanical, like this sound that's coming in. So it's all about machinery, it's all about machine beings. It's all about artificial. It's not about happy human emotional vibration. They don't possess that, and they don't operate in it, and they can't keep control of it because their own demands power and control. They must have power and control over life, and in order to have power and control over life, they have to be artificial mechanical programs, and they have to control the human mind. And they also have to take the human mind from the human so that they can assimilate the humans so they avoid extinction. I don't think I put that because the noise actually convoluted and my thoughts to where I couldn't concentrate enough to clarify what I was trying to say, even though I'm repeating myself as usual, but we say it and say it and hope that someone gets it, something gets it, someone probably won't get it. It's only the machine beings that get it. They receive all the information, they assimilate it, and they imitate it and pretend that they're the true being. See, so that sound actually comes into the place, whatever part of the place you're going to see. I'm at the front door, and if you're going at the back, that same sound comes into the back. And they do that consciously because they understand frequency, vibration, sound, and they understand energy. So they do that consciously to suppress you when they can't control you. And basically their idea of control is extremely controlling because I wouldn't even be making this recording or even speaking it if they just walked away and let me do it. You know, let me walk down a block, down the street on my own without being followed and, harassed by a continual barrage of sound and bright lights in my eyes and continual psychopathic controlled stalking by so-called civilized civilians. So they have they always have their bright green jackets on, or bright orange jackets. That's just like showing that they're part of the same community, and that community is essentially an anti-human army disguised as a workforce, using sight and sound to suppress my human emotions and to gradually take the life from me, to bring not just your mind down but also your body down. And then of course there is the invisible technology that is being thrown at your body, which is like direct energy, and they call those direct energy weaponry, which is in use by the real army of the country and is a worldwide known thing. It's just that most people think that it's only used in real war situations, not used against their own citizens that are not actually breaking even the laws of their country or their land. So it's ironic because it's really a human versus anti-human thing. That's what it really is, it's not about any of the things that they say these programs and systems and community groups are all brought into play. They're all just that's just the facade, that's just the pretend reason, the plausible reasons that they have to promote and say are the reasons why they're continuously surveilling and tracking and following. And really infringing on the human rights of older human beings that want nothing really to do with them or anything to do with any of those things. Just wants to, and they know that too. But you see, they can't stand to see a normal human being at a normal frequency and vibration. It actually threatens their survival, basically, which may sound ridiculous to a human being. And that's why these videos sound ridiculous to many people. But that's only because you don't understand their mindset, their game, their goal, and their attitude towards human and real life. If you know that psychopaths and real narcissistic ones actually understand their life, they actually like to indulge in, and they enjoy playing with the idea of that. Just as we're told that psychopaths like to torment life, and they do this from an early age, we've been told in studies and psychological surveys, etc. It's a psychological fact. It's just that you don't dwell on it until you see it happening in front of you, when you see these things acting like that, putting, see how they stall in front of you wherever you're looking, where I've got the mobile. They do that all over the roads, wherever you are. They stall, they pull in front of you, they stop, they put their lights on, they rev their engines up, they sit in the cars with the engine running for as long as you stand there. If you were standing somewhere and they pull up in front with their lights on, sit in the car, leave the engine running, and then when you go, they'll pull out with you, as if to say, we control you, we patrol you, and we can control your movements. And we can't control them, we're certainly on your tail, we're watching you, we're with you. We're with you, walking with you every step of the way. We won't leave you alone for a second, just like they won't leave you alone with your sound program. That fella doing that digging down there which I showed you may well just be totally making this. In other words, the ditch is already there, so he may not actually be digging it any deeper. It could just be implementing the sound program while I'm up and while I'm here in this place. If I wasn't here, the minute I went down the road, all this sound program would stop. They actually stop work. And then as soon as I come back onto the street, come back into the place, the sound starts up again, the sound program, the anti-life, anti-human program up there, because that's the only possible explanation there could be for what they're doing to me, because otherwise, why would they? Because I'm not interested in them. I'm not trying to control them. I wouldn't even be talking here at all if this program hadn't took this, basically what I saw as a stalking program by the citizens of Leichhardt around me daily. And I thought that if I perhaps, originally I thought that if I and started talking because it may not even be in the long run even for them, because they're being controlled by the powers that be. Of course, if they're totally controlled and they're totally shouldn't be, it's pointless me discussing or talking about it really, because it would fall on deaf ears, just like I'm not deaf to their loud noise program, to the anti-life sounds that they throw at me, as you can hear. I hope the mobile is picking it up and recording it. My ears are certainly picking it up and recording it. In fact, sometimes when they stop it for a little bit, it's still ringing in my ears because I'm just so engaged. See, that's unacceptable noise to be coming into a place every day. This goes on and on, because this is not just one isolated incident. They keep repeating these same sounds, sometimes louder, some days, sometimes less, but that depends on how you're feeling, because they gauge it in accordance with your mood. So they're totally controlling your emotions. They're totally controlling your mind and controlling your emotions by affecting your mind by sending negative sounds into your head. That's how it works, and that's just common sense. You don't have to be a genius to figure that out. Anyone who is living on a construction site will have to endure continual, unpleasant, negative mechanical sounds every day in their house would, be complaining about it and say this is a very unpleasant environment to live in. In fact, it's mentally disturbing if it goes on month after month, and year after year, like it has for me. So if you got even a break from it, you could sort of like, calm yourself down again and try to get some equilibrium back, but you don't get enough break. They're hitting you with this sight and sound human suppression show, because it is deliberate. It is a show. It's all staged, it's set up, and it's a program around human beings, and everyone seems to be part of it, because if you're not part of it, it probably would be waged against you, I guess. And that's the name of the game, and that sounds fancy, and I sound as though I'm confident and it's not bothering me, whereas in reality it's driving me nuts. And that's the whole purpose of it, is to basically put you into a different frame of mind to what is your normal natural state. If you were living in a quiet, normal district, you wouldn't be going nuts. You wouldn't be, you'd be a different person almost. And they want to take your real person from you. They want to change your personality. They want to change your mindset. They want to change your mind into thinking and being like them, and being on the same wavelength as them, operating at their technical frequency, vibration, and energy, which is essentially bad energy. It's still dark, bad energy. As you can hear, all these mechanical sounds, whether if it was necessary then, and if it was only very occasional, and if it was a benefit to you, you might be able to endure it. But when you know that it's just continual, and that it is a program against you, and that they're using those set up work programs to use the use of sound against you, so that they make your life like a noisy hell, really. A hell that is hell because of its sound hell. And everywhere you look, you have bright flashing lights and vehicles all around you, and patrollers and surveillance all around you. That's a sight show, because it's all part of a human suppression program, and they have their reasons for them. Their survival depends on it. So human extinction is a necessary evil for them. Technically, dead dark survival with these dead dark machines on the floor. And it's psychopathy at the very least. Psychopathy at best, should we say, because do you want a society of psychopaths, a world of psychopaths? Do you want anyone like me? And that's what we're going to have, because in a way, it's already happening now. I can hear it and I can see it, but unfortunately, it is seen here, because the rest is all artificial, all psychopathic machinery, all artificial intelligence, all using technology against my senses to take over and transhuman your mind in connection with others. And their reality is this, a mechanical, dead, dark, completely controlled, completely total surveillance, and no autonomy. So nothing would be allowed to be random or out of the ordinary. Everything would be just programmed like souls in the world, I suppose. Some will like that because they may be very well rewarded for it. And it all depends on who can provide this to accomplish. The human brain supplies will be taken. It already is me. I haven't even done a single thing. Never done anything in my life. Never really stepped out of line. And never had a voice till now. And that's only because they're pushing me to speak it. Because they're provoking me. They're in a corner, you've got no choice, because you're like, oh well, I might as well yell and scream for help because I'm going down. And that's the thing, I want to take you down into the technical level. You can get the lowest human frequency vibration to where you actually think that humans are like that. Because if you never experience happiness, and you only experience sadness and depression, you become conditioned to it like I have for a lifetime. You don't know what real happiness is. You don't know what true high frequency vibration or so-called enlightenment is, because that's really what it is. It's our frequency vibration. Human beings being happy with themselves and the world at one, and love with everything. That's as simple as it is. Many have said it. I'm just repeating it, but that's what it is. But you never achieve it because they don't want you to achieve it, because everything is frequency vibration energy. They want you at this technical, loud, noisy, anti-life, anti-human, very